with child molestation. It's a hard subject for me to even talk about since I really find any cases involving child molestation despicable. I'm sure most of the viewers on here are going to wholeheartedly agree with me on that point. This question is based on a recent case in Murrieta, California, where the molester and his victims were Jehovah's Witnesses. So, to start this question, we're going to start off with a hypothetical situation. Your friend comes to you absolutely distraught because they dropped their daughter off at a ministerial servant's house for a sleepover with their servant's daughter. While there, your friend's child was molested by the ministerial servant. What's the first thing you do? If your answer involved anything but alerting the proper authorities, you just broke the law. There's a law which I believe is applicable in every state, in which that if you hear an allegation of sexual abuse, or if you even suspect it, you have to go to child services or the police to report the abuse. Now, imagine you're an elder and the same thing happened. What would you do? According to an internal letter sent from Bethel to all the brothers in the United States, which I'm sure you can find a PDF of online if you search for it, the first step in that situation is to call the legal department at Bethel. This is to find out if you're in a reporting state. So what's a reporting state, you ask? Let me explain. While us regular folk are required to report allegations of abuse, elders fall under the term clergy. There are states, however, that require that even clergy report any allegations of abuse. So the first call is to the legal department to find out if they need to report the allegation to the authorities. Now the next step is to question the accused. As mentioned in an earlier question about disfellowshipping, you need 2 witnesses to a crime in order to disfellowship. If the accused denies the allegation, then the investigation ends there. In which case, it wouldn't progress until there's a second witness to that crime, or if another victim speaks up. I'm choosing not to dwell on that point because if I start there, I may never finish. I find the idea of a second child getting abused because of no witness to the first crime rather sickening. Now, if the accused actually confesses, the disfellowshipping can begin. Once again, as mentioned before, even if the accused is disfellowshipped, the congregation isn't told the reason for the disfellowshipping, but I digress. Moving on in the steps, if the crime occurred in a reporting state, the next step is to notify the authorities. But here's the kicker. The reporting process for abuse by an elder is as follows. Call child services from a public payphone. That cannot be traced, I should say there. Do not give your name. Do not include details of how you heard the allegation. Do not mention anything about being an elder or anything about the Kingdom Hall or Jehovah's Witnesses. Do not give any contact information for investigators to follow up with. So, an anonymous call is placed alleging abuse occurred. No name, no dates, no location, no one to follow up with. What exactly is child services going to do with that? Do you think any investigator is going to actually follow up on the information like that? In the case in Murrieta, the elders refused to testify even though they were investigating the allegation and the accused confessed to them. Why so many steps to avoid reporting abuse to the authorities? Why can't any contact information be given? If you're not in a clergy reporting state, this call won't even be placed. I live in Rhode Island, which is not a reporting state. If the abuse happened in Rhode Island, no call would be placed. But if the abuse happened 10 miles away in Massachusetts, a call would be placed. Why the adherence to the letter of the law instead of fully disclosing to ensure justice is found for the victim? Why is it so hard for the victim to get cooperation from their spiritual leaders to get justice on the person who abused them? Why does it seem there's more protection in place for the molester than there is for their potential victims? So tough question number 32 is, why is this woefully lacking reporting system in place?